Folks, it is the mailbag segment. If you got questions, well, we may have answers. It's all about you guys. I'm going to take your questions. We're going to go ahead and go over it, and I'll probably make a video from it. Let's just get this thing started right now. Go ahead and smash that like button really quick before we get going for the mailbag segment and taking your questions. It does help the content out, and it pushes it out there. We're in the lull period right now. It is what it is. If you're watching this on a Saturday, hey, at least you get something to listen to for sure. Now, I made this mailbag segment. It is the 4th of July, so you're going to be seeing this on Saturday sometime. That's okay, because we all like it. Hope you're all having a banging Independence Day. In the comment section right now, put hashtag Lions, hashtag whatever. We're going to take your questions. It's going to be featured on a video, and that's what we do. And if I miss your question, just keep posting it. That's how we'll get to it. It's going to happen. Let's see. How long do you think the Tank plays? Frank the Tank, Ted Coleman, thank you for your question there. I think he plays 2 years, 2 more years. I'm going to go with 2 years. I don't think he retires after this year. I hope he don't. I think he'll do another year. But after that, if the Lions win a Super Bowl in the next year or two, this is what I would expect. If the Lions win a Super Bowl this year, I think he retires after it, right? If they don't, if they get to a Super Bowl, an NFC championship, I think he plays again. I think he wants to get that. We're so close. Frank Ragnow and players like Taylor Decker, they've been on this team for a while, and they would like to see success 100%. Next question here. What on your thoughts on DJ Reader new possibly missing some of training camp? I have no problem with him missing training camp. DJ Reader is a 10-year veteran. Does he really need practice? Not really. When you've been in the league this long, you don't really need it. We know what he does. He plugs holes. He's the clogger. Okay, his job is not as intense understanding scheme and stuff compared to, say, a tight end or a young cornerback like a Terrion Arnold. This guy's a veteran interior defensive tackle. His main job is stop the run. So he can miss time. It's not a big deal. He's not a rookie. So I'm not worried about it. Just hope he's ready for week 1. Will the Red Wings with the Stanley Cup with all these signings? Oh, crap, wrong YouTube channel. Well, that is definitely the wrong YouTube channel. And I hope they do. I don't really watch hockey, but I always root for the Detroit teams. Mike, do you believe that Terrion Arnold will make an impact in his rookie season? Yes, I do, Raw Podcast, and I'm going to tell you what I mean by this. First off, in the comment below, do you think that Terrion Arnold is a starter? Y for yes and for no right now. Go ahead and comment. I'm going to tell you he makes an impact. First off, here's the reasons why. First, the Lions secondary has been cheeks since 2014. Last year's secondary is the worst that I've ever seen in my entire life as a Detroit Lion. It was brutal. At least the first 3/4 of the season. It got better when they made some adjustments with Vildor and Afutu Melifonwu. The adjustments did help out. So they were terrible. Terrion Arnold right now is better than any cornerback that was on the Detroit Lions roster last year besides Brian Branch, even though he's a rookie. He's instantly better than Cam Sutton, than Will Harris, than Kendall Vildor, than all of these guys, okay? He is better. Instantly right there, he's good. He's not the number one here. It's Carlton Davis. So that's going to make more opportunities for Terrion Arnold to make plays. But it is also going to give opportunities where he's going to make rookie mistakes. And people need to understand right now, it is okay for Arnold to make rookie mistakes. He is a rookie cornerback. It is going to happen. Don't destroy this guy when he does it. Every rookie makes mistakes. It's going to happen. The difference is you want to see it improve. Each game from the next game, you want to see the rookie get a little bit better and a little bit better, right? That's all we're wanting to see. I think he's going to start off strong. He's going to make mistakes, but he's going to be an impact player immediately. Lions, who's opposite of Hutchinson in the starting lineup? It's going to be Marcus Davenport right now. He is the opposite. He is the starter as of right now. It could change in training camp. Again, they do play This coaching staff is different from a Jim Schwartz coaching staff or a Matt Patricia coaching staff. They will play the best players. They will. Malcolm Rodriguez started. He is a 6th-round pick, right? So these guys don't play around. So if he's not doing good, if Davenport is sucking and somebody else is doing good, like Mitchell Agood, who you all need to pay attention to, who is making waves, and I think he's going to continue to make waves in training camp, he as he should be. He should be. Do you see the Lions having a top 10 defense this year? I would love for me to say yes, but I can't do this right now. I just can't. We were one of the worst again last year, even though it got a lot better at the end of the year. I'm hoping to be top 16. If the Lions are a top 10 defense, then Aaron Glenn should be head coach because there's a lot of new players in the secondary right now, and they're going to make great plays, right? These guys are going to make great plays, but it may be a little bit slow to get the chemistry going. So if the Lions are a top 10 defense, Aaron Glenn needs to be head coach of a team next year, and I will be the first one to say he deserves it. Because if the Lions are a top 10 defense, the Lions are going to win a Super Bowl. I'm just telling you right now. Your offense is top 3, in my opinion. If your defense is top 10, and we already know our special teams are really good, that is a recipe for being a Super Bowl winner. Okay, so I would love it. I'm not expecting it. I will take mid-level. But they have to get above 20 for me to even think that, and it hasn't happened yet, so I'll wait. Question here. Jake Bates have a leg up on being a kickoff specialist, pun intended. A kickoff specialist? I don't think so. Jack Fox is good at kickoffs. He's been doing it for a long time. I would just keep him doing it. Jake Bates does have a gigantic leg, but I would have a guy that I know who is really good, and that's Jack Fox. So we'll just leave it to Jack. Our special teams, besides kicker, is something you don't want to touch right now. Punting, the coverage unit, Dave Phipps' ability to utilize his players is really good, and we've seen Sony Vaki doing well in the new scheme or the new rules of special teams. I think special teams is going to be good. Don't want to really mess with it. Time now. Really don't want to. Let's see. What is the plan for Rakestraw this year and beyond? His plan is to develop. That is what Rakestraw is here for. He is not going to beat out Amik Robertson, in my opinion. Amik Robertson's the veteran. He's going to be on the field. Will Ennis be on the field throughout the year? Yeah, I think he will be. He'll be in special packages, maybe something that he's pretty good at early on, but he doesn't need to start right away. That's the whole point in development. And this is what's really good about this team is they will look, you didn't see Broderick Martin play last year. They developed him, and I expect he's going to play this year. They will develop players, and I think that's what they're going to do with Ennis Rakestraw, and potentially he's a starter next year. What if Carlton Davis doesn't come back? Then you could have Rakestraw, Amik, Brian Branch, right, and you got Terrion Arnold. That could be an elevation, or if they wanted to bring back Carlton Davis, you can just have a really strong unit. So, but I think his more is development this year. #FToBears, how many weeks will it take our new secondary to gel? I'll give it week 10. I'll give it about week 10. That's 2.5 months. I think they'll gel by that time. They're already good in OTAs, in minicamp. And what's really good, what's going to make this secondary even better, faster, and gelling faster is they're going against the Lions offense every practice at training camp. Lions offense one's the best in football, so if you're going against a Lions offense all the time, it's iron sharpening iron. It's going to make the secondary in this defense even better. It really is. It really is. And so I think it will be quicker than normal, so I'll give it to about week 10, and it's doing really good, right? There's going to be points where they're going to make big-time plays this year, and then they're going to get burnt, and that's okay. But I think by that time, you'll start to see a gelling occur. Do you believe we'll have more than 15 sacks? I'm going 15, so I was taking 15. That's exactly the amount of sacks that I have. I'll go 15 right there, Frank the Tank. Do you think that Brian Branch will have an MVP type of season? MVP season, like Defensive Player of the Year? No, I don't think that will be the case. I think he's going to have a really good year, but there's a lot of good players. Nick Bosa is a really good player for defenses, so he'll probably he'll be on there as defensive player of the year. I could see a situation like that. Aidan Hutchinson is going to be up there as well. I think he's going to have a significant advantage when it comes to defensive player of the year. Remember, he's already got name recognition. It's year 3. He's all loved by a lot of the people in the NFL. So it'll be hard for him to replicate that. If you're talking MVP itself, you can have Patrick Mahomes. Jared Goff could be in consideration there. There's a lot of other players that you could put. How will the Detroit Lions utilize Donovan Peoples-Jones in 2024? Thank you for that question there, Raw Podcast. Really like it here. Donovan Peoples-Jones is right now fighting for the number 3 wide receiver spot with Khalif Raymond. Ultimately, I think Khalif Raymond gets it, and he's going to be the number 4. He will be a DJ Chark type of player or a little bit less of Josh Reynolds. Jameson Williams is going to be your number 2. He's going to get a lot of reps. So I think that Donovan Peoples-Jones is going to be that number 4 guy who's a player that I really could compare him to a former Detroit Lion that has made some noise. Remember when Kenny Galladay just came to the Detroit Lions? He wasn't the number 1, but he was making some plays. Similar to that, so maybe he'll get 400 or 500 yards as an outside type of guy, but he could play it all. He could play outside and inside. So like 400, 500 yards, and they'll Josh Reynolds him or early Kenny Galladay him type of amount of reps and stuff he's going to get on the field. Let's see here. F-Chip, how many sacks does Hutch have to get to win Defensive Player of the Year? Oh, man. You'd probably have to get to 18 or 19. To do that is possible. But that's probably the route you're going to have to go. If he gets to 20, he will win it. But that's what he's competing with, and I got him at 15 right now, so that's not far off, right? But I think 15 is a nice jump for your 3, and because he has worked on his moves, and if you watch the film, he worked on a spin move, and that spin move was getting home in the playoffs. Now, I don't really know what happened in the Super Bowl. The 49ers absolutely they took him out of the game a little bit, but we took out Nick Bosa out of the game, right? So it's just, when you have good players are going to get taken out here and there, and that's just the way it is. Aaron Donald got taken out when the Lions are facing him, so I think he'll have a nice spot for the Detroit Lions, and he'll do good this year. Question here. Is there an update on Cam Sutton dispute with the Lions for the money? No update right there at all. I haven't heard anything on it beyond the fact that he signed with the Steelers. Again, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on the latest Detroit Lions news and rumors.